Hi everyone, Mitch from SportsChatPlace.com, and it is Monday, June the 10th, 2019, here with your free live picks. Of course, we're here live 7 days a week, 365 days a year, across 7 channels these days. Picks and Parlays YouTube, Picks and Parlays Facebook page, Picks and Parlays group, SportsChatPlace.com, Facebook page, SportsChatPlace.com, YouTube, SportsChatPlace group, Periscope, Twitter. Yes. 7 places across. It's funny, some people look at the statistics of like a YouTube channel or something and they say, oh, here's the, it's like, yeah, what about the 6 other places that we showed? You adding it all together? Of like a YouTube channel. Doesn't make sense. Anyways, a lot doesn't make sense in this world today. But see if we can make some sense out of these picks. Of course, the lucky penny will be in action. 13-4. Through 17 flips of the coin. Including yesterday's 1-0 win with the LA Dodgers. Hopefully you guys are off to a great morning. If you have your own picks, the place to post them is in our Facebook group. But, of course, free picks every single game, every single day at SportsChatPlace.com and, of course, at PicksandParlays.net underneath the free picks tab. Pretty easy to get those. And, of course, our best bets. I had to put this on the screen because so many people ask me. The surf is picking up, and we have a massive swell coming in at the end of this week. I'm really, really excited about it. I'm going to spend a lot of time surfing and playing golf over the next few years. Anyways, free picks every single day. How you guys doing today? Sam is doing good. He's out for his morning walk. So Sam goes to the beach now in the afternoon. He goes for his morning walk. He walks 3 miles every morning. Sam has lost 6 pounds. He's down to about an even 70 pounds, which is really good weight for a Labrador Retriever, especially one that eats as much as Sam does. Yep. Of course, our best wishes go out to Big Papi, whether you're a Red Sox fan or not. And, of course, you guys know I'm not. But, ridiculous, right? That he got shot. This is crazy, man. This is why those of you that send your money to sports books in the Dominican Republic and, into the Caribbean, this is where you're sending it. Where people just show up and shoot people. So, think about that more than once before you ship money off to the middle of the Caribbean, your hard-earned money, and then you expect to get it back, and maybe sometimes you don't. $17. Now, there's power in numbers generally. We know that. But, automatic weapons, things like that, numbers don't necessarily help you out. Speaking of numbers, let's get to these free picks. It's a smaller card today, but there's still some meat on the bone. So the Chicago White Sox taking on the Nationals, I specifically like this game. And I like the White Sox at home, and I like, even though Despain is pitching. So when Despain first came up into the majors, he was pretty good with the Padres. He had a 3.36, even though he was 4-7 his first season. He's never had a winning record. All right, let's get that straight. He's never had a winning record. And last year, he pitched with the Marlins and with the Angels, and he pretty much got rocked. So since 2016, he's been pretty much a journeyman. 2015, he came back with the Padres, and he was terrible. And, he hasn't been very good since. But here's the thing is that the White Sox have been able to take kind of these retread pitchers and have really had some tremendous luck working with a lot less then they have to work with Despain. And Despain, you have to remember, he's one of those Cuban pitchers that came over to the U.S. So, I think that he has a world of talent. It just needs to be harnessed correctly, and we've seen the White Sox do this with some guys. We had Rodon, who had a 14 ERA, for 3 years in a row, came over to the White Sox, and he was an effective pitcher, and he is an effective pitcher, And if you look at some of these things, I have to say that I really like the White Sox in this one, and I would even lay the reverse run line here and beyond. Anibal Sanchez, I know he's got a .71 ERA in his last 3 starts, but he's just 1-6 on the season. I know the Nationals have been playing a lot better recently, but they hit lefties way better than they hit righties. 279 against lefties, 234 against righties. While the White Sox, 248 against righties. And of course, Sanchez has been pitching in the National League where he doesn't face the designated hitter. I love the White Sox here, and I love them on the reverse run line as well, because they're a dog. Reverse run line. I'm going to say we're going to probably get 2-1 on our money there. That'll be our first pick of today's show. Get to another pick. Got the Marlins up against the Cardinals. Cardinals have been horrible on the road. The Marlins horrible at home. But neither of these teams really doing much. But at plus 124, I'm going to take the Marlins, who, man, did they let us down yesterday as the dog of the day. That you couldn't get any closer to winning than they did twice. They couldn't get it done. But we're going to give them one more shot. We're going to take Sandy Alcantara in the Miami Marlins at plus 124. That'll be our second pick of today's show. I like the under in the Battle of LA, the Angels and the Dodgers. The under is at 9. It moved up from 8.5. And with Ryu pitching against Canning, I think that runs are going to be tough to come by. And in a pitcher's ballpark, no reason to believe that we don't see very few runs. I also like the Oakland A's here. Once again, purely a value play. Purely based on the odds. Charlie Morton is hardly a minus 200 pitcher. He's just not. He's a good pitcher. He's a solid pitcher. He's, a number 3 on most teams. He's got a 1.35 ERA in his last 3 starts, 2.30 on the season. So he's been good, and of course the Rays have been good. But the A's aren't like the dregs of the league either. And Tanner Anderson, he's no dummy. He's a Harvard graduate. So I don't know. Maybe he outsmarts them. 6'2", 203. Let's take a look at some of his. He pitched for the Pirates in 2018, just one game. He had a win in that game too, but 6.35 ERA. But that just means, he only pitched one game and he gave up a few hits. It doesn't mean much. That's for sure. But Anderson definitely a spot start here. He's not going to be part of the regular rotation unless he really does something. But he's 4-4 with a 6.26 in AAA Vegas. So I don't think anyone's really expecting much. So that's usually when it happens, right? It's when people are expecting the least. We just don't have a lot to work with because I have premium picks that I gave out today, plus the dog of the day. And then we look at the MLB games, and there's not a lot here. We'll take the Yankees on the run line. I'm not going to lay minus 200 on anybody. You guys know that. So I'll just take the run line here with the Yankees. And that'll be our 4th pick. And then for the lucky penny pick, we'll do the Hoops game. Of course, Kevin Durant possibly returning tonight for the Warriors. The thing is like people are talking about rust, but here's a guy that's probably been playing basketball more than he's done anything else his entire life. So how rusty can he possibly be? I'm more concerned about the injury and the fact that he has sat this long with this injury, and the fact that if the Warriors, if it was 3-1 Warriors, he probably would not be playing. That's where I would be concerned most. So I don't think like he was healthy this whole series, and then all of a sudden they're going to put him back on the court. So I mean that's something to consider. But anyway, we're going to do it the way we always do it. Heads for the over, tails for the under. It's 214.5 is the number we're going to use here on it. It's moved a little bit. Under 214.5 for Game 5. And the Lucky Penny record right now is 13-4 on these coin flip picks. So we took the Chicago White Sox plus 128. I also like the reverse run line that game. So I think you lay the 1.5 with the White Sox, you get the big payout. I like that pick a lot. The Marlins plus 124. I like that one a lot as well. I like the under 9 in the Battle of Los Angeles. The A's plus 165. I think that's my lukewarm pick of the show at best. I kind of threw it out there because we just didn't have a lot to work with. The Yankees on the run line. I like the Yankees in this game. I don't like the minus 200, but I think they get the run line done at home against the Mets. And then the Lucky Penny, who's 13-4 so far, under 214.5. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later.